children more than your husband, and everything will be all right. Could it be you?
Hey everybody, welcome back again for the exclusive interview. This time with Kristian Sensini here. How you doing, Kristian? How you doing, Kristian?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm in a whole nother country right now when doing your interview at the moment. Uh, Thank you for taking the time to do this with me. But we're here to talk about my love affair with marriage. How did you how did you wind up into this project? How did you get involved with this unique project?
It's really easy because it is the second feature film by animation film by Signe Baumane, the director, and we worked together on the first one. It's some years ago, about 10 years ago, I think. And the first one was called Rocks in My Pockets. The work went very well from both sides. So when she had a script in their hands, the producer and the directors called me and said, "Do you want to be part of this new project?" I said yes without reading the script because the first experience was so funny, some interesting from the cultural point of view.
Yeah, I mean, he was a composer, flutist, and a music producer. I mean, you got a lot of titles attached to you. So assuming this particular project is so musical, um, being able to watch the movie myself, I didn't know what I was expecting, but like the music was half the journey. What was some of the I guess the influences for like, what type of music and like what type of instruments you use for this particular film?
But it's difficult to talk about influences from the musical point of view in this movie because Signe, the director Signe Baumane, is so original, and when you work with her, you don't really know what to expect by herself and by yourself because it's so original that you don't have. Any sort of reference. You need to find a way to create something new and something unheard. And she's not a musician, but she has a really musical ear. And she's really curious. She wants to find new solutions from the graphic point of view for the movie and from the musical point of view. So my reference were just the script and for the first song we wrote because we started to work on the song first. And then the reference were just the image and the story. From the musical point of view, I think I didn't add any external reference, if not that this was going to be a musical. But it was really clear from the beginning that was something totally different from any Broadway musical or any animation Disney musical production. It's totally different things. So the reference I think were in the story itself and in the animation.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you kind of almost like you're trying to find the right music for the emotion of the film because that's a lot of what's going on, the ups and downs, and trying to find those moments in the film where it's like you said, it's almost a musical where like it's like a super happy scene and it goes to like really sad, and it's like trying to find some of the I guess the perfect composure with it.
And let me say also that it's part of my workflow to follow the story when I write the music. So a lot of composer start from 7 minutes in the movie, the first cue, the second one for the first. I usually tend to write the music from the first scene in the movie to the last one, because I want to follow the reaction the audience may have. So I tend to react to the movie, to the story, like one member of the audience. So it's really following the story, or how it flow in the movie.
Now, like I said, you had access to the script from beginning to end, so that made your job a lot more easy to get the music. Now, besides yourself, being able to compose for this movie, and obviously, working with such a great animated film, uh, who else did you have that you kind of called on for this project to kind of help you with composing?
Well, I can tell you one interesting thing about this collaboration was that we had three different layer in the movie. The first layer were the songs. So it was really easy. It's easy to write a song because you have lyrics, you have something you can refer to, and you have a precise direction because you need to follow the meaning of the lyrics. And this was the easy part, and the difficult part was to write music for a special character that is in this movie, that is the biology. So in this movie, you have a character that is inside the body of of the main character. It's something totally different from Inside Out, but it's the nearest reference I can have from animation point of view. And the biology was clear from the beginning. Was a character really primitive. And we tried, I think I wrote 10 several different cues for the first scene of the biology, and we didn't find at the beginning a good idea with the director. Then we thought we could try to use unusual instruments, and we tried to use percussions. So all the cues with this special character has been scored using just percussion from all over the world: frame drums, African drums, tablas, folkloric Italian little percussion. And it was a really strange way to score a movie, because it's sort of unheard. I think we have some example in the movie by Birdman that is scored using just drums, but it was a really different approach. In the movie, where you have a lot of percussion, they are usually used with action scenes, or to jump, make the audience jump with a scare. In this movie, the percussion has been used to follow the main character and to express some special feeling like love, or rage, or scare, and so on. Right. So it's a total rainbow of feeling that we try to express using just percussion. It was really hard.
I did notice that almost like all the characters have like their individual themes in the movie, which is something I definitely picked up with. How much time did it take you guys to get all this done for the movie? Like the length of time, was it a year, a couple of years?
Animation it's it's a matter for it's an art for people with lot of time, lot of patience, because I can say that when I started to write the first songs, my son was in her mother womb. Now he's in second grade, so it's 7 years in the 7 years in the making, this movie. And now we will be publish this month the soundtrack, and I'm working on the final mix of the soundtrack, and it's really strange because you are working on something you wrote 7 years ago, and it's really a lot of time. If you ask to a person what we're doing 7 years ago, we didn't know about COVID. We didn't know about the war. The world is a total different place to live now. So 7 years, it's a lot of time. Of course, we didn't work every single day for 7 years. I started to write the song. Then the song needed to be animated. The full movie needed to be animated. Then I back to the movie years later to write the score and doing the final song that was the very last song we wrote.
Now you said it's been 7 years. You guys putting the soundtrack out. Are you listening to it now, and you feel like there's like changes that you want to make to certain songs now?
This is a really interesting question. You are the first person asking this. And for a composer, it's a really surreal experience because as artists, we change every day. I don't listen to, usually I don't listen the same music every single years. I'm evolved from a cultural point of view. My taste for music is changing, is evolving. But I must say I am satisfied by the song I wrote 7 years ago. And for me, it's a really strange thing. Because if you ask to any composer if they are proud of something that has been written years ago, the answer is usually no. But in this case, I can say I'm really satisfied. Maybe because Signe is really original, as I said, directors, and we don't try to write something that is usual at that time. We try to write something that is really original. So if we write something that is original, it's don't get old really easy. So the thing that I wrote 7 years ago for the audience that are experiencing on the big screen today, it's even today something new. So the idea probably was were good.
And let me wrap this up with a final question that I have for you, Kristian. Now that you've done this a few times, do you prefer to do music for animation or for live action stuff, or for live action films?
Then let's say, first of all, animation is not a genre; it's a medium. So it's not really. I don't have a different approach when I write the music for an animation movie or when I write music for a live action. My approach is totally the same, but I prefer to write music for animation movie. I tell you why, because animation people are the best. An animator is a person that spends 7 years to draw. Let's say this movie it's hand draw from start to finish. It's not computer CGI. It's not. It's something that has been done by a really small team of animator, and so the animator are really into the experience, and it's a big part of life that you spend with your drawing. And animators love the movie, and they follow it like a son, like a daughter, and they follow the evolution of the movie for a lot of years. And then after it's out to the audience, the director follow the movie with the audience in front of the audience. So I really like to work with animators for these particular reasons.
That's a lot of good reasons. That's a lot of good. And I know that said that was my final. But talking more about the soundtrack, are you able to talk about that and when it's coming out? When it's going to be available for folks that seen the movie?
When will be out? You mean?
Yeah, the release of the soundtrack.
The release of the soundtrack.
Yeah. As for today, the first thing you can hear will be the final song. That is Lion. It's sung by Storm Large, is the performer of the song. Storm Large from Pink Martini. And then I think at the end of the month, the soundtrack will be out in digital on Spotify, on the major streaming platform, and so we are thinking about physical release, but we don't know yet. We hope so, because the collectors of soundtrack are really wanted the physical medium to keep the experience of the movie at home, and to collect the medium. So we hope so. Personally, I hope in future for a vinyl release too, because I'm also a collector. So we hope for the best, but the things for sure is that at the end of the month it will be out in all the digital platform.
Well, look, Kristian, we appreciate you. We're a big gold belt. We appreciate you doing this interview with us today. This was some great information. People definitely gonna know more about you, about the movie. The influence behind the movie. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us today. Hope we do this again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Ridiculous.